Hey folks, Craig McHugh here from MySmallFarm.com, and today we're going to be talking about brooding your chickens. These are chicks we got 2 days ago. They are from a local hatchery, or a hatchery out of New Mexico. We're in Colorado. They are in our brooder. We designed this brooder. It actually sits inside one of our chicken coops. And the way we've designed it is we use this thin board. It's called underlayment. You can get it at Home Depot. It's used on flooring. I had them cut it in half for me, so we have 4 by 8 sheets of plywood. And then what I do is I take nuts and bolts and washers, big flat washers, and I put 4 holes in it, and we bolt them together. We can actually take 4 of them and bolt it together. So right now there's 3, so it makes about an 8-foot diameter circle here that we can have our chicks contained in. And the reason why we do that is because that way there's no corners in here. This is a square enclosure for our regular chickens. And what will happen is chicks have a tendency when they get stressed or something happens, they'll go into a corner and they'll dogpile. So by having it round like this, you can see like they're here, they'll bunch up, but they really can't get trapped in a corner and start smashing each other and killing the ones on the bottom. Very inexpensive way, but very efficient way to build a brooder. Next, we'll see we have a commercial water here. This is a water that is designed and built by FarmTech. FarmTech, this comes a lot bigger. It's designed for commercial watering operations. I actually cut it in half, so it's 4 feet long, so it fits well in here, and put an end cap on it. This water is a nipple water. It's designed so when the chick comes up to it and they tap this nipple, a small drop of water will come out for them. The nice thing about it is it's very sanitary. It doesn't get filled up with, it doesn't make a big mud puddle. It doesn't get filled up with feces or dirt or wood shavings. It stays very clean. It also meters out the water so that they don't get too much or too little. Nice system. It has one fatal flaw, which is the fact that it is not 4-season. It'll freeze very quickly and very easily and get damaged very easily. When we use it in this situation, we have our heater, which is here, and it does a very good job of keeping the area warm, and so we're able to have it in here without worrying about it freezing. We'll put a link to this at the bottom of the page here, so you can look it up and find out more information on it. We're also going to build one of these that is a 4-season nipple water, so stay tuned for that. Check back soon. Next we have our heater. This is a commercial heater. As you can see, it has a large heating element in it. It's sort of like it's an infrared heater. It's similar to the one that's in your oven. It can be adjusted. The temperature can be adjusted to different settings. It also has a probe on it here. And the nice thing about this probe is that it will continually monitor the temperature and adjust it and make sure that it doesn't get too hot or too cold. So it's a little more efficient than just having heat lamps. It's not cheap. It's about $500. But what we found is we just couldn't get enough heat lamps in one spot to accommodate this many birds, so this works well. There are other propane models which are much bigger for larger brooder houses, and that was a little bit too much for us. So this is a good alternative. It works well. It's not cheap to run, so you want to make sure you get the one with the probe because it will make the electric meter sing. Next we have our feeders here. These are a standard chick feeder. You can get them at any feed supply store or online at any of the livestock supply stores. The nice thing about it is it doesn't allow them to flick out the feed, and the top can easily be removed. Watch your head, guys. The top can easily be removed so that we can refill them quickly and clean them out if they get any wood shavings in them. And you can see they do pretty well with them. So that's sort of our brooder setup. Oh, lastly, I forgot about the water. We also have, this is our system we use that has heat tape inside pipe that kind of keeps our water mains from freezing in our greenhouses, or in our chicken coops. Next, what we're going to talk about here is the health of our chicks, making sure that they are healthy, making sure that they don't have a blocked vent, making sure they don't have anything wrong with them. And we'll go through a few things. Primarily blocked vent right now is the thing that we'll be dealing with. Okay, so as you can see from this little girl here, she has a blocked vent. We are going to remove and pull away the part that's stuck on her rear end. And you'll see once we do that, it'll pull away some of these downy feathers that are around her vent, and it'll allow, hopefully in the future, for her when she defecates, that it'll actually come out and not stick in the feathers, but actually fall to the ground. We're still going to have to watch her, but this is, once we've removed these feathers and cleared this blockage, she should be fine in the future. Now, as you can see, what we're going to do is take the chicks, look at them one at a time, and once we've inspected them, not only for any vent blockages, but any abnormalities, we're going to check their feet, we're going to check their eyes, we're going to check their beak, just make sure their overall health is good. Once everything looks fine, we're going to move them into this container that we've set up, and that will allow us to sort them, so we make sure we're not just redoing them over and over again. It'll make the process go a lot faster. Once we're done sorting them all, we will place them back into the brooder and keep an eye on them. We really need to be checked about every 24 hours for the first week to make sure they don't have any other blockages occur. You can also start to see when one isn't feeling well. They'll sit still, they'll stand there, they'll be hunched up, they'll just overall look unhappy, and we'll usually jump in and grab those ones and check them over. 9 times out of 10 it's a blocked vent, and we're going to clean that out, and they'll be back in business within a few hours. Okay, there you have it. We've sorted them all, we've turned them all back out. They're all running around and happy. This process should be done probably at least every 24 to 48 hours, but at least 24 hours you want to at least put an eye on them, come in here and look real well, make sure you don't see anybody that looks unhappy and not doing well. If you have any questions or comments about the process or about our brooder, go ahead and write them in the comments below. We'll be glad to answer them, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. This is Craig McHugh from MySmallFarm.com.